Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
So Diddy's response was clear. Claims he was involved in Tupac's death are nonsense. And honestly, who can blame him? There's never been concrete evidence linking him to Pac's tragic death. It's no wonder some online skeptics have also taken those claims with a grain of salt. But with this recent tea, honey, almost all the fans on the internet are saying they wouldn't need any further evidence to believe that Diddy deleted Pac allegedly. You see, it's unimaginable to hear that Diddy offered this man, Keefe D, a whopping sum of $1 million for a hit on Tupac Shakur, cause he found Suge Knight and Tupac as threats. And for some of y'all who don't know, that man, Keefe D, is Orlando Anderson's uncle. He reportedly led the gang and was inside the car when Orlando allegedly pulled the trigger on Pac. Now think about it. That should tell he knows more than enough. But wait a minute, y'all. Before we get this tea spilled, let me ask y'all, what do we even call this allegation about Diddy's alleged involvement in Pac's passing that has flown by the day for 3 decades? A reach? What's crazy is the fact that we have been hearing it from other big shots in the same entertainment circle as Diddy. Starting with Eminem, that man has consistently alluded to Diddy's involvement in Tupac's death. You probably remember the song Kill Shot, where Eminem mentioned this. But Kells, the day you put out a hit, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed. The rap legend also hinted to us on the remix of the song Fuel when he said Notorious B.I.G.'s death was the domino effect of Tupac's murder. Like facial tissue, whose clock should I clean next? Puffs? We haven't even talked about 50 Cent. We know that dude can be petty and throw shade at people a lot, but one thing is for certain, there's always smoke around the fire when he says something about someone. The question is, why would 50 Cent confidently post this picture of Tupac and Suge Knight with the caption, "Dawn so Tupac got lined up by Brother Love, LOL, time to lawyer up, stuff might get sticky." Now you'd be wrong if you thought 50 was gonna stop there. Bro took the drama to the next stage. He got up there and spilled the tea, saying he's been seeing a therapist to help him kick the habit of shade and Puffy. Then he said,
Maybe I said that shit about Puffy because he got Tupac.
Mind you, there's also this woman named Ashley Parham who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy for allegedly raping and threatening to unalive her. The reason is that she said Diddy had something to do with the murder of Shakur. Based on reports in the lawsuit, Parham says she landed on Mr. Combs' radar after meeting one of his friends at a bar in 2018. The friend was attempting to impress people by making a video call to Mr. Combs, but Ms. Parham refused to take part because she believed Diddy had something to do with the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. According to the report, Mr. Combs overheard her comment and said she would pay for it. About a month later, the friend invited her to his home, asking for help with his cancer drugs, and Mr. Combs unexpectedly turned up, then approached her with a knife, held it to the right side of her face, and threatened to give her a Glasgow smile in retaliation for her previous statements. Mr. Combs then ripped off her clothes and violently raped her with a television remote control. It was said that during the ordeal, Mr. Combs told her that her life was in his hands and that, if he desired, she would never be seen again. Now, I'm not pointing fingers, but here's my take on this. If that woman's claims about Diddy SAing her is legit, then Diddy needs to be questioned. Not just about the alleged SA, but also about Pac's passing for real. Look, I don't even want to believe he did such a thing to that woman. If Diddy is innocent of what he overheard the woman say on the video call, the proper thing to do here is to sue her for defamation of character. Why would he want to go that route of allegedly SAing her? Remember, a clear conscience, they say, fears no accusation. Child, people are saying Diddy appeared even more scared and guilty when he reportedly called Tupac's brother, Mopreme Shakur. It's funny that he called to explain himself, which has made the majority of fans raise eyebrows. In an interview, Mopreme Shakur said that boy Puffy called him back in the day. He was like, he just wanted Mopreme to know he ain't have nothing to do with his brother's passing. He said Puffy said he knows who he is, but they never met, and he just wanted to call him man to man and let him know that he ain't have nothing to do with his brother's death. Mopreme Shakur continued. He asked the interviewer, now why was he calling, reaching out to him? It was the early 2000s. LA Times had just dropped an article in the newspaper implicating him as well. Well, sweetie, Mopreme Shakur told Diddy he appreciated the call, but that the truth is yet to come out, so they gonna see. Now, reasons like these are why most fans are saying Diddy is involved in this whole thing. But what do we expect of them? If Pac himself had said he knew Diddy was after his life after that first at Quad recording studio in Manhattan, can we hold back the fans from saying that?
So do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you seen what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out and was going to go ahead about my life.
Girl, not me thinking this man was a prophet, because it looks like he saw his death coming. Anyways, rest in peace, Pac. Now let's get back to this man, Keefe D, who's breaking the internet by saying Diddy offered him $1 million to take Tupac out. He has even spilled some more tea that has got the fans thinking his claims are legit. According to a 2009 transcript from his interviews conducted by undercover police, which is now resurfacing, he was asked if Diddy played a role in this thing, and his answer was yes. Yeah, he thinks Diddy did. Davis said Puffy was afraid of Suge Knight, who owned a rival record label. According to him, Diddy made a call on Knight's head at a hotel room in front of more than 40 people. He said Diddy was kind of scared of the guy. It was at a hotel, and Puffy was like, man, I would give anything for that dude's head. Additionally, Davis claimed Puffy hated Shakur and believed he deserved to have something done to him for dissing him in a song. Diddy allegedly said, F that dude, and didn't he think we got to have something done after all this stuff started. Now, despite this having a lot of fans convinced that Diddy has something to do with Pac's passing and are bashing at him, a few still think it's hard to prove Diddy's involvement, and here's why. They believe that Orlando Anderson, who allegedly pulled the trigger, was a result of the outstanding feud over his alleged attempt to steal that Death Row necklace. And it wasn't about the amount Diddy reportedly placed on Pac's head. But let me tell you, people are wondering, did Orlando Anderson use the feud as a chance to collect the alleged bounty on Tupac's head? Keefe D, Anderson's uncle, seems to think so too. Davis also stated that everyone got a role, which has been interpreted by many as Diddy doesn't have to pull the trigger or be there with the before getting involved.
Everybody got a role, man. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna.
So
everybody
Dre,
ain't with that. No.
Okay, so but he was the one that was supposed to shoot up Tupac and Suge, but for some reason he wasn't ready for it, so he gave the gun to Orlando, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And Orlando is the shooter. He's the known shooter. I mean, everybody know Orlando Anderson was a shooter. So Dre got cold feet. He didn't want to do it. He gave the gun to Orlando, and Orlando shot Tupac and Suge.
Yeah, he did his thing, yeah.
Now, for the people who believe Pac's passing was a result of the feud he had with Anderson and has nothing to do with Diddy, this fan said the fact that Pac and his crew beat Orlando and then Orlando killed Pac the same night will be hard to prove Diddy had any involvement. This other fan quickly replied to that saying, go watch Murder Rap Solved by Greg Kading. It was $1 million bounty on Tupac's head by Sean Puffy Combs, led by Keefe D. And for those who think Orlando Anderson used the feud as an opportunity to get the prize from Diddy, this fan said it's actually the motive. Ironically enough, at that time, there was a bounty for Tupac. Wouldn't that motivate Orlando even more to claim that bounty since he knew about it and just got into a conflict with said person? But hey, this whole thing is incomplete without your thoughts, so what do you think? Do y'all think this info we just heard about Diddy's involvement in Pac's passing is legit? I mean, did everything Keefe Davis say was right? And do y'all think Diddy will eventually be charged for it? Let me see your thoughts in the comments.